Hi everyone, this is my week 6 required video post. The first question: how can the resources included in this week's reading, Twitter info and TED Ed, help make teachers and teaching visible? Um, I feel like we live in a culture and a climate where social media is like all the rage. Like, it's easy to access, it's right there on your phone. So I feel like when anything that you want to bring like a spotlight on or notification to, you can use your social media platforms to do it. Like, we see now that like many stories like go viral like each and every day, and like I learned a lot by just social media, and I feel like that's the same thing that we could do with Twitter as educators. And also like from the videos, there's a lot of different authors and groups. Just like with Facebook, there's a lot of different authors and groups that have Facebook page, and like there's a lot of information out there that's on Twitter. And like sometimes there may be parents that may not know much about education, but they have access to social media, so they may be looking at social media and see like you post something, and they might be like, oh, well, let me learn more about that. Well, how does that affect my child? What do I need to know about this? How can I help this cause? Or even someone that is already in education, but they may work in a different school climate than what you work in. Maybe y'all follow each other on Twitter, and they see your post, and they can help out your cause in some way. Maybe they know resources that you don't know. Um, and I just feel like when it comes to connections, I feel like the more connections you have, the better, because there's more resources that you can have for whatever cause that you have. All right, do I have a Twitter account? I do have a Twitter account. I haven't used it in many years. I honestly do not know the password. So if I was to get back on Twitter, I would probably like recreate, use like a different email, recreate a Twitter account, probably delete the old Twitter account, because I haven't used Twitter since like my freshman year of college when it was like very popping and popular. But I don't use Twitter right now. Um and so I have not ever used Twitter to advocate for the teaching profession or anything. I am very involved with Facebook, and I am on all the Facebook groups, and that's usually where I do my advocating there. But I think Twitter would be very helpful for me because um like I have classmates that came from the county I work in that have gone on to do like great things, and that could be a way that they could know what's going on here and like help by giving back or anything. My overall thoughts about using Twitter in a way to advocate for my platform, I feel like it's great. It's more exposure. The more people that see your cause and see what you're working towards, I feel like the better. That's how you gain support. You may gain support from someone who don't know you, or they're somewhere else, or they may know somebody here, they may know people you don't know, and they can set you on the right track. So I feel like any platform that you can use to advocate more for what you're advocating for, I think that that's great. Um okay, my thoughts on what are my thoughts for a topic of my own TED Ed project? I would like to do something on multicultural libraries and why they're important for students to see um, of people that look like them in literature, because I feel like that's important for kids, and I feel like um, representation overall is important for anybody. So I feel like if I was to pick a TED Ed project right now, I will lead toward multi-classroom libraries and multicultural texts in classrooms. And like speaking about more how that's more engaging and how it's important for literature to mirror while also showing us a different world. So that is what I would do my TED Ed project on. So that's it. Let me know what y'all think.